So good afternoon, everyone. So we very well realized that between our presentation and there is a lunch time also happening. So we are going to make this very short and quick. Uh, so Quess, what I'll do is, uh, perhaps Girija, we just instead play another video which talks and rather than me doing all the talking. All right. Do you have it or do you? I think let it be. We'll manage. So I'm just going to say 3 points at this moment. That first of all, Quess does three kinds of businesses. One is if you just go to the next slide. No, the first one. Just go to the first one. The first one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So we are 476,000 people. Uh, we employ people all over the country. There are three kinds of businesses we do. One, what we call workforce management, which is staffing. Second, every building and its asset, like a building like this one, yeah, where we provide things like facility management and security. And third, we have a lot of IT businesses. Things like if you've heard of a brand called Monster.com, that's owned by Quess. We have a call center of 40,000 people. And at the same time, we have one of the largest payroll management companies called Allsec. So these are the businesses that we do in Quess. Now, since this is a retail association, we are also very large retail organizations. And those of you who are working in the retail, the best thing that we do is, we create a lot of formal employment. And what I mean by formal employment is you get an offer letter, you get your salary on a fixed day, you get your PF, ESIC, so as you were speaking about all that. And I think that's absolutely wonderful because a very small proportion of our country, of our workforce, is actually into formal employment. Yeah, and a lot of retail organizations actually end up doing that. So we are also part of something called the Indian Staffing Federation, which has 105 companies, including Quess and many of our colleagues in the industry. There are 13.5 lakh workers in the Indian Staffing Federation who work in staffing companies. I just want to tell all of you that 30% of those actually come from the retail industry. So it's a fantastic job that the retail industry is doing in creating formal employment in the country. So I think that's it from me, Girija. I think you should take over. And as a part of creating the formal employment, I would also say apprenticeship is also a very big part of creating people, who have, say, done some education or want to come into the workforce. It's a beautiful way of bringing people into formal employment and especially for retail organizations. And that's what my colleague Girija is going to cover. Thank you, Girija.
So we have a lot to cover, but yeah, we are just kind of skipping it off. We know that it's been lunchtime. We don't want it to kind of really hamper, but yes, we have a short video which kind of covers up all the question. So I'll quickly take you all through the apprenticeship. Since morning, since the start of this session, we were hearing about skilling, reskilling, learning, unlearning, how we can kind of transform the complete, the future young youth was kind of going to step in. So I think this is the essence of all what we were kind of discussing, and a better way with the better, compliant and the complete, do's and don'ts with the processes and how we can kind of implement to the organization. So there are a lot of eminent leaders here who is kind of practicing it already. Yeah, they are, which is kind of going very successful. And I'll just take you through certain glimpse. This is the journey of apprenticeship. The moment the word apprenticeship, it always relates only to the manufacturing and the automobile segment. That's because the need of other industries was not kind of met for long, though it is kind of implemented in 1967, but only in 2014 there is an inclusion in the act which is kind of happened, which brought in something called an optional trade, and a NAPS program, the National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme, has kind of come up. And post which in 2019 is where the amendment, like, the proper act which the industry requires kind of amended, which is taken the like complete apprenticeship to a next shift of paradigm in our in our world. So entire in our country as on date we are about 5 lakh apprentices. This gives a clear answer to the way how it is kind of adopted in the industry. So in our country, this is how two different forms the apprenticeship is kind of running on. One is under the Ministry of MSDE, which has the no complete the ownership of the NAPS National Apprenticeship Promotion Scheme program. I'm sure most of you would have heard of this. But yes, there is also a next version of NAPS is kind of emerging, which I thought I'll quickly take you through. And other one is on under the Ministry of Education, which kind of the NATS is the program name which comes under the Board of Apprenticeship Act. This is how the two apprenticeship program is kind of running on. It's no more restricted to any no specific qualifications, or it's not related only to ITIs or diplomas. It is wide open. I'll just quickly this is what since morning our everybody day in day out we always kind of think it. As a country we are largely a education dependent country, but we have not focused more on the skilling piece. So that's where this program is kind of like trying to bridge what the industry needs. Skilled resources will be readily available to bridge the demand and the supply. Though we are a young youth populated company like a country, but still there is a deficit of the one end, like we have a supply, another end we have a demand, but somewhere it is not kind of matching it out. So this is where the apprenticeship program largely believes in kind of picking up, bridging the supply and the demand over here. This is the overall the Apprenticeship Act. So as Mr. Vardha had covered a lot of legal aspects, this is also one of the mandatory act as per the company's law. Like any company which has 30 employee and above, they are mandated to engage in apprentices. That is something which is not kind of gone into complete adoption in the industry, but yes, there is a slow shift and turn which is kind of happening. As I've told you, after the 2019 amendment is where the organizations have started adopting it. In last 1 year we have added about 1 lakh apprentices, and we are also marching towards 1 million apprentices in 2023 year closure. That's how the entire journey of apprentices are happening. All these people are paid a consolidated stipend amount. There is no concept of salary here. They are not an employee of an organization. So the consolidated stipend amount is what paid to them. And there is no applicability of CLRA and all other aspects. They fall under the Apprenticeship Act 1961. And any company which has overall 4 employee and above, they can still look out having opting for an apprentices engagement. The minimum headcount is of 2.5% of your total workforce, and maximum is of 15% of your total workforce can be an apprentices. And that's earlier Maharashtra as a state, yes, there is a state exemption where you can go up to 25% of your total workforce as an apprentices. These are the certain benefits. One is definitely on the cost aspect. When I say cost, when there is a direct payout on the stipend amount, consolidated stipend amount, yes, there is a benefit, direct cost benefit, which your total wage bill will kind of come down with regards to your, the contributions to PF, ESIC and all that aspect. And there is also a government subsidy to promote the apprenticeship program, to promote the organizations to adopt it, and also to make our youths to kind of get into apprenticeship platform. There is a government subsidy. Under NAPS with one ministry, there is a subsidy of 25% of the stipend amount up to 1,500 rupees per person per month. And under NATS, where you can engage the graduates and the diploma candidates, there we have a 50% of the subsidy amount, which is about 4,000 rupees per month is the 4,000 rupees for diploma, and 4,500 for graduate is the subsidy, which government enables to encourage the apprenticeship program. It's not only the cost, but it's also for a cause. So we are creating a talent pipeline. So the emergement of the NAPS program is also now aligned to a degree apprenticeship program. See, I think the next session is also with with the university where he is going to talk about the vocational skills and all that. As per our new education policy, they have enabled the credit point based rolling degree courses. So now the shift what we are trying to create in the apprenticeship program is the degree linked apprenticeship program. The person would be a 12th or diploma or an ITA candidate who can kind of come in, and 3 years they would be in the apprenticeship program, who would kind of completely focus on the on-the-job training, which is nothing but their day-to-day work, and get skilled over there. Along with that, they will also be put up in the graduation courses with the UGC aligned universities. And in a 3 years of the timeline, you will also get the skill set. Along with it, yes, there is a upgradation on his entire, his overall educational qualification will get lifted up. This is the next NAPS journey. I'm sure a lot of sessions would have been happened with this forum on the NAPS program. But yes, it was more related to the adoption of the apprenticeship. But yes, there is a shift in the apprenticeship program is kind of happening now, which we are marching towards the degree apprenticeship. And also, the candidate would be kind of bridging up the complete, you can give them the complete career map for the individuals. That's what the longevity is, the biggest concern in the retail gamut. I think that's what we are trying to create it through the apprenticeship program. Yeah, I think so. Quess is a TPA for implementing the apprenticeship program. It starts from mobilization of the candidate, the complete workflow, the life cycle of the apprentices would be taken care by us. So it's like mobilization of the candidate and putting them into the proper framework of apprentices, either under NATS or NAPS. We are a TPA for both the schemes. And till the put them into a qualification, their graduation, and we have been partnered with the universities which enables the graduation course, and the complete life cycle of the apprenticeship would be kind of managed by us. Yeah, this is the various ways which we kind of do the mobilization. So I think I'm quickly wrapping it. I think all of us were running out of time. So we'll just play one last video. With that, I'll wrap this session.
नमस्कार और बहुत बहुत बधाई। अब आप क्वेस परिवार का हिस्सा हैं। 4 लाख से अधिक सदस्यों वाला आपका ये परिवार 10 देशों में, अमेरिका, कनाडा और साउथ ईस्ट एशिया के देशों तक, और भारत में 65 से ज्यादा शहरों में मौजूद आपका ये परिवार, विश्व की 5वीं और देश की सबसे बड़ी स्टाफिंग कंपनी। क्वेस ने सबको अपने परिवार वालों की तरह रखा। टाइम पर सैलरी, ESIC और वर्कमैन कॉम्पनसेशन द्वारा मेडिकल सुविधाएं आपके लिए और आपके डिपेंडेंट्स के लिए भी। प्रोविडेंट फंड तो है ही, इमरजेंसी में इंश्योरेंस के द्वारा मेडिक्लेम बेनिफिट, वो भी कैशलेस, 100% ट्रांसपेरेंट और कंप्लायंट। हमारी आधुनिक टेक्नोलॉजी से बने वर्क्यू ऐप में आप अपने सारे कागज एक जगह संभाल के रख सकते हैं। सैलरी स्लिप्स, इंश्योरेंस ई कार्ड्स, ESIC कार्ड्स, TDS सर्टिफिकेट्स, आपके सारे कागज आपको एक ही जगह मिलेंगे। क्वेस ने सालों से अपने एसोसिएट्स की जरूरतों का ख्याल रखा, जरूरतें डायरेक्ट भी और इनडायरेक्ट भी। हमारे एसोसिएट्स भी यही कहते हैं।
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम हुमा है और मैं क्वेस के साथ पिछले 6 साल से वर्किंग हूँ।
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम पवन कुमार है। मैं पिछले 7 साल से क्वेस कंपनी के साथ काम कर रहा हूँ।
हाय, दिस इज जिज्ञासा। हाय, माय नेम इज अंजलि।
मेरा नाम शादाब है।
माय नेम इज काजल।
हाय, माय नेम इज सुशांत।
यहाँ का वर्किंग कल्चर मुझे बहुत वुमेन फ्रेंडली लगता है। बीइंग अ फीमेल आप यहाँ पे बहुत ज्यादा सेफ हैं।
I joined IDP during the second wave of the pandemic. It was a very hassle-free joining. I got a very stable job within the next 24 to 48 hours.
जो अदर मेरे फ्रेंड्स बताते हैं अदर कंपनी के बारे में, जो उन्हें बेनिफिट्स नहीं मिलते, वो क्वेस कंपनी में मुझे मिलते हैं।
और मेरे मेडिक्लेम्स मुझे बहुत इजीली मिल जाते हैं और मैं चाहती हूँ कि कुछ और लोग यहाँ पे आके काम करें जो मेरे फैमिली फ्रेंड्स हों।
Being a single mom, I've got a very stable job. Working hours are very flexible over here, and work-life balance is also there.
हम अपनों का परिवार वालों की तरह ध्यान रखते हैं। हमने एक हेल्पडेस्क बनाई है जिसे आप फोन कर सकते हैं और आपकी कोई भी प्रॉब्लम्स का वो बेस्ट पॉसिबल सोल्यूशन दे सकते हैं।
जब तक मेरा ट्रेनिंग नहीं होता तो क्वेस के एम्प्लॉयज़ मेरे साथ अटैचमेंट में रहे कि मुझे कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं आ रहा है। इससे पहले जिस कंपनी में वर्किंग था वहाँ पे मेरे साथ सैलरी का एक इशू आता था, यहाँ पे शॉर्ट आउट हो चुका है।
हम लगातार सर्वे करते रहते हैं जिससे हमें ये समझ आए कि आप किन समस्याओं के साथ जूझ रहे हैं। आप डैश पे लोन ले सकते हैं या डिस्काउंट पे चीज़ें ले सकते हैं। अपने आप को अप टू डेट करने के लिए या अपनी नॉलेज को बढ़ाने के लिए आप ग्रो विभाग में स्किलिंग प्रोग्राम्स में हिस्सा भी ले सकते हैं।
क्विज की ऐप के थ्रू मैंने बहुत सारे बेनिफिट्स उठाए हैं, जस्ट लाइक कि मैंने अपना ITR फाइल किया था, और प्लस क्योंकि फॉर्म 16 अवेलेबल रहता है ऐप में, और देन मैंने इसके थ्रू अपना पर्सनल लोन भी अप्रूव करवाया था।
इसके यहाँ पे लोन्स वगैरह आसानी से मिल जाते हैं, जैसे बाइक लोन हो गया, एजुकेशन लोन हो गया, सैलरी वगैरह जैसे कुछ होता है एडवांस में वो भी मिल जाती है। यहाँ पे आपको अप्रूवल लेना होता है तो वो मिल जाता है, तो बहुत अच्छा लगता है काम करके।
हर परिवार के कुछ नियम और तौर तरीके होते हैं, क्वेस के भी हैं। एक अच्छे मेंबर होने के नाते आप हमारा कोड ऑफ कंडक्ट, वर्क एथिक्स और पॉलिसी डॉक्यूमेंट जरूर पढ़ें, हो सके तो अभी, जिससे आप एक रिस्पॉन्सिबल मेंबर की तरह फायदा भी उठाएं और जिम्मेदारी भी। एक बार क्वेस में आपका फिर से स्वागत है। आइए वर्क ऐप में मिलते हैं।